Hello, my beautiful, and radiant Leo souls. Welcome back to Cosmic Wisdom, your sacred sanctuary for understanding the magnificent celestial currents that are guiding your life's journey. I am your guide, and I want you to know with every fiber of your being that your presence here in this very moment is a divine appointment. The universe has conspired to bring your spirit and this message together for a reason so profound it is about to unfold in your life. Pause with me for just a moment. Before we journey into the heart of this truth, I invite you to find a quiet space, even if only within your own mind. Take a deep, intentional breath in, feeling the golden solar power of your spirit gathering in your lungs. Hold it for a count of 3, and then exhale, slowly releasing every expectation, every fear, every voice that is not your own. Let the weight lift from your royal shoulders. Allow your magnificent lion heart, that fortress of courage and loyalty, to open just enough to receive the potent wisdom that is seeking you now. Because a light is about to be switched on within you, a light so brilliant and so true that it will forever change the landscape of your life. This is not a small flicker, my dear Leo. This is the dawn of your true self. But I must tell you, with all the love in my heart, that its sudden brilliance may momentarily blind those who have grown accustomed to seeing you in a softer, more manageable glow. Before we journey deeper into this sacred revelation, I want you to make a sacred covenant with your own soul's liberation. See it not as a simple action, but as a powerful seal upon your intention. In the comments below, declare to the universe your readiness by writing, "I am ready to let my true light shine." This is your pact with your own becoming. And if you have not yet subscribed to our sacred space here at Cosmic Wisdom, I invite you to do so now so that we may continue to walk this path of awakening together, ensuring you never miss the guidance meant just for you. Now let us speak of the truth that has been living within you. It is not a new truth, magnificent soul. It is an ancient one, a truth that was encoded into your spirit long before you took your first breath. It has been pulsing beneath the surface of your life, a quiet, insistent drumbeat that has recently grown into a roar. You have felt it, haven't you, in the sleepless nights when you stare at the ceiling, rehearsing conversations that have not yet happened. In the moments where you look at your loved ones, your family, and feel a pang of love so deep it is intertwined with a profound unspoken sorrow. The sorrow of knowing that the person they see, the role you have so beautifully and loyally played, is only a sliver of the vast, untamable, and radiant being you truly are. You have been carrying a sun inside a beautifully decorated box, letting out just enough light to keep everyone warm and comfortable, but never so much that it might reveal the box's true confines. You have become a master of dimming your own magnificence for the sake of harmony. You, the celestial royalty, have learned to bow when your soul wishes to rise. You have silenced your own roar to better hear their requests. You have done this out of love, out of a loyalty so pure and fierce that it is one of your most divine qualities. But the universe is now saying, with a voice that can no longer be ignored, that true loyalty cannot be built upon the sacrifice of your own soul. The box can no longer contain the sun. The time for dimming your light is over. What is coming is not an act of rebellion, my dear Leo. Please hear me when I say this. This is not a passing phase, an emotional whim, or the result of some external influence. That is the story that fear will tell. That is the narrative that those who are comfortable with the box will try to weave. But you and I, we know the deeper truth. This is a divine realignment. It is the culmination of every moment you felt you didn't quite fit, every time a dream felt too big to share, every instance your passionate heart felt misunderstood in a world content with the mundane. Your soul has been patiently waiting for you to become brave enough to listen to its oldest, most sacred calling, the call to be fully, unapologetically, and incandescently you. Think of it this way. For years, perhaps your entire life, you have been tending a garden that was not entirely your own. You planted the seeds they gave you, watered the flowers they deemed beautiful, and pruned the branches they found unruly. And you have done a magnificent job. Your love and dedication have made it a lovely garden. But deep in the soil, an ancient wild seed, your own soul's truth has been gathering strength. And now it is breaking through the earth. It is not a delicate flower. It is a great and mighty tree whose roots are destined to break the tidy little fences of their expectations and whose branches are meant to reach for the heavens. And yes, when it first breaks through, it will disrupt the entire garden. It will seem shocking, destructive even. But it is not a destruction. It is the arrival of what was always meant to grow there. It is the arrival of your truth. For some of you, my beautiful Leos, this great tree is rising in the halls of your career. You are about to walk away from a safe and sensible path that has been suffocating your spirit to finally claim the creative, heart-led work you were born to do. For others, this truth is illuminating the deepest chambers of your heart, demanding that you honor a love or a way of loving that your family may never comprehend or approve of. And for many of you, this is a radical shift in your very identity, a reclamation, a fundamental part of who you are that you have kept hidden in the shadows to keep the peace. The specifics may differ, but the energetic signature is the same for all of you. You are on the precipice of choosing your soul's truth over their comforting illusion. And I know the weight you carry, the guilt. Oh, that heavy cloak of guilt they place upon you, often without a single word. Guilt for causing discomfort. Guilt for not being the person they invested their dreams in. Guilt for being the wave that disrupts the calm waters. It can feel like a betrayal, can't it? As if your authenticity is an act of ingratitude. But let me share a profound cosmic truth with you now. You did not come to this earth to be a living monument to your family's dreams. You came to live the life your soul chose. And if those two paths diverge, it is not a betrayal. It is simply the sacred geometry of destiny. Each soul has its own true north. To deny your own compass to follow another's is the only real betrayal, and it is a betrayal of your own divine spirit. There will be difficult conversations. There will be tears, both yours and theirs. There will be heavy silences that feel louder than any argument. Your family, in their fear and confusion, may try to convince you that you are making a terrible mistake. They will hold up the mirror of your past, of the good son or daughter, the responsible one, the pride of the family, and ask you why you are shattering such a beautiful image. They will do this because they love the image and they have confused the image with you. The shock they will experience is the shock of realizing that the person they thought they knew so completely was in fact someone far more complex, powerful, and sovereign. In those first moments in the eye of the emotional storm, you will be tempted to retreat. The weight of their disappointment will feel immense. Your lion heart, so loyal and protective, will ache at the thought of causing them pain. You will wonder if it would just be easier to go back into the box, to dim the light again, to pretend it was all just a moment of madness. But listen to me, Leo, and listen closely. What feels like destruction is your liberation. What feels like the end of your family relationships is actually the beginning of relationships based on truth instead of performance. You are not being selfish. You are finally being sacred. You are honoring the divine vessel of your life. Let's perform a small ritual together right here, right now. I want you to gently place one hand over your heart. Feel that strong, steady beat. That is the rhythm of your truth. Close your eyes. Now bring to mind the image of a majestic golden lion sleeping peacefully in the sun. This is your true essence. See how it breathes, calm and powerful. Now imagine a cage of expectations slowly being built around it. Each bar is a word: sensible, responsible, normal. What will people think? See the lion stir, its peaceful slumber disturbed. Feel the confinement. This cage is the life you have been living. Now, in your mind's eye, see your lion stand up. It does not rattle the bars in anger. It does not roar in rage. It simply takes a deep breath, and on its exhale, a wave of pure golden light radiates from its heart. The bars do not break. They simply dissolve. They were never real. They were only made of fear. The lion is free. It shakes its magnificent mane and steps out into the sun, not in defiance, but in pure, simple being. This is what is happening within you. The light of your authenticity is not a weapon to break the cage. It is the truth that reveals the cage was never truly there. The shock your family will feel is necessary. It is the catalyst for a profound healing, though it may not feel that way at first. When you stand in your full, radiant authenticity, you become an uncomfortable mirror. You show everyone in your family the places where they too have dimmed their own light, where they have chosen security over truth, where they have silenced their own roar. This will deeply disturb those who have built their lives on the foundation of conformity. Your courage is a testament to a different way of being, and it exposes all the family patterns and generational scripts that have been running on autopilot for decades. You are not just liberating yourself, Leo. You are a way shower. You are breaking an ancestral chain, creating a new possibility where love is not contingent on conformity, but is a celebration of each soul's unique light. Yes, this will cause a crisis. The family system, like any system, resists change. There will be attempts to pull you back into your old role. They may use guilt, emotional blackmail, or appeals to tradition. How could you do this to us? What will the neighbors think? After all we've done for you, these are the tools of fear. They are the desperate attempts of a system trying to regain its familiar, albeit dysfunctional, equilibrium. But you must stand firm, not with aggression, but with a calm, unwavering centeredness. Every time you give in, you teach them that your truth is negotiable. Every time you stand in your light, you teach them that your soul is not for sale. Here is a truth that few will tell you: families where true love resides will find a way to adapt. It will take time. It may take months or even years of painful adjustment. But love, real, unconditional love, is elastic. It can stretch to accommodate the truth. It can learn and grow. And those relationships that survive this sacred fire will be forged in an unbreakable truth. You will finally be loved for who you are, not for the role you played. And what of the relationships that cannot stretch? What of the family members who insist that you must return to the cage for their comfort? As painful as it is to accept, you must understand that this was not love, but control disguised as love. And you cannot sacrifice your entire existence to maintain a dynamic that is slowly killing your spirit. Every person who walks away from you when you choose your authentic self is not a loss. It is a holy clarification. They are showing you that their connection was conditional, and they are creating space for the people who will love you unconditionally, your true soul tribe. For family is not just about blood, it is about who can see your soul and love it without condition. You are afraid of the disappointment in their eyes. You are afraid of the pain this will cause. These fears are real and valid. Honor them. Acknowledge your bravery in feeling them. But let your commitment to your own life be stronger. Let your need to breathe be more powerful than your need for their approval. The inner peace that comes from living in alignment with your soul's truth is a peace that no amount of external validation can ever buy. In the aftermath of the initial shock, you will be surprised. The person you were sure would condemn you may be the one who whispers, "I'm proud of you. I wish I had your courage." The family member who seemed the most rigid might be the one who was just waiting for someone else to break the mold first. And yes, people you trusted implicitly may disappoint you deeply. They may turn their backs, unable to handle the brilliance of your truth. Allow it all. Observe it all. The storm will pass, and when the dust settles, you will see the landscape of your relationships with a clarity you have never had before. You will know who is truly with you. This transformation will redefine your identity within the family. You may go from being the golden child to the black sheep, from the pride to the how the problem. Let those labels fall away like old clothes. They were never you. They were costumes you wore. And when you are finally standing in your own skin, you will have the space to discover who you truly are when you are not performing for an audience. Your beautiful Leo heart was made to roar, not to whisper. You were born to shine, to radiate, to lead with warmth and courage. Hiding your light is a disservice not just to yourself, but to the world. And if your brilliance shocks those who have grown comfortable in the twilight, then the problem is not your light. It is their eyes which have not yet adjusted to the dawn. When you finally have the courage to be authentic, despite the cost, you will discover a well of strength within you that you never knew existed. You will realize that you can survive disapproval. You will learn that your need to be true is more powerful than your need to be liked. This discovery will make you unshakable. You will become a sovereign being, one who does not need external validation, because you have cultivated an unquenchable flame of self-love within. You will understand that belonging without authenticity is not a home. It is a beautiful prison. In the months to come, allow yourself to grieve. Mourn the loss of the comfortable lies. Mourn the family dynamic that is passing away. Mourn the version of yourself that tried so hard to please everyone. This grief is a holy water cleansing the ground for something new to be born. And on the other side of this sacred sorrow, you will emerge reborn, not as someone who is hard and defiant, but as someone who is whole, integrated, and deeply peacefully powerful. Your family may eventually come to understand, or they may not. You must be willing to release the outcome. Choose your truth because it is your truth, not because you hope it will eventually win their acceptance. But I promise you this, when you choose your truth, you find your true tribe. And the universe will bring you connections, friendships, and a love that celebrates every facet of your magnificent being. The time has come, my dear Leo. The time to stop making yourself smaller, to fit in rooms that were never meant to contain you. The time has come to roar the truth of your heart, the glorious song of your soul. And if that roar startles those accustomed to your silence, then let them be startled. It is the sound of a star being born. Your life is your sacred masterpiece, to create, not their canvas to paint upon. Your destiny is yours to fulfill. When you finally claim this, when you take the scepter of your own life firmly in your hands, their shock becomes a distant echo in the vast, beautiful, and liberated kingdom of your own soul. My radiant Leo friends, our journey for today has reached its sacred conclusion. Pause and feel the energy of this message settling within you. This has been more than just words. It has been a profound activation of your soul's sovereign power. Embrace it. Surrender to the magic of your own becoming. What part of this divine transmission resonated most deeply within your heart? What truth has been awakened? I invite you to share your feelings and insights in the comments section below. Your story is a beacon of light for another lion learning to roar. Let us create a sanctuary of courage and transformation right here together. Thank you for being here, for sharing this sacred space with me. It is a profound honor to be a small part of your magnificent journey. I wish you an abundance of joy, a peace that surpasses all understanding, and the unwavering success that is your birthright. Remember, you are the sun, you are the roar, you are the creator of your reality. Go forth and be brilliant.